The competitive elements of Marvel Contest of Champions and the risk and the fear from players when it comes to the fairness and cheating that could be coming in the future. Hello everybody, welcome to a topic-based video. It's a Sunday. We'll talk about some of the new things that Kabam are bringing into the game. We'll also talk about what you see fit for your general in-game play on a daily basis, whether or not you're doing a certain mode, the consolidation of currency, Radiance, how that factors into the competitive scene, the desire from players to see more from Kabam delivering this year. Let's get into it. So MCOC, as we know, has a lot of different modes. We have some competitive based modes like Battlegrounds, we have AQ, AW, which is kind of ward in a alliance based framing, and maybe in the future we'll have, well, we will be having a new type of competitive mode coming in. This particular type of event, it's an event it's referred to, is more of what seems to be not like a, well, it's like a boss fight. It's got here like, you know, boss fight right there on the right hand side. And it looks a bit like bounties to a degree. Again, need to find out more information. There's a certain amount of points that you get per each particular boss being defeated. And to play again or play a boss again, it does look like it costs units in some sort of shape or form. And has an attached realm event to this particular type thing. What this is, don't know. You can play apparently as much as you want, but it's saying that like you've got to pay 20 units for the luxury. You get points, goes towards a rank of type of event, and there'll probably be like an active score moving. Is this going to be similar to like Battlegrounds? Don't know. It's just too early to kind of like give a full assessment. But it is a competitive meta event that I think strips out, rather than doing a side quest, this is the option here for it. Again, don't know what it's going to be about, and will it be something similar to Battlegrounds? Again, don't know. Too early to say with that. But this starts this kind of new push and interest, I think, from new modes, but also competitive spheres. A lot of the like top end players that want stuff like Battle Realm Brawl, they want different types of competitive based events. Maybe Battlegrounds isn't that type of event that they. Maybe they did a lot on it, but then want to move, or they want to do both. Who knows? That could be something that is pushing this new kind of competitive edge. And Radiance could be a currency within it that you could go and farm. Again, don't know, just theorizing. And MCOC, whether or not you spend or not, is a race. It's a competitive race in order to grab the best champions, to grab the best ranks, and it's a lot of work. It's a game that's not it's a marathon. It's not a sprint with it. But it is now feeling this year that we've got a bit of a sprint on our hands, especially when rank 4 materials are in stuff like 9.2, and we're about to do 9.3 beta, so that's going to come at a later time. So trying to find a time to do everything is not always applicable. So trying to find, chisel out what you need as a player, just to kind of like enjoy a bit of like casual, is always difficult. You're always kind of like fighting with everyone else to get the best of the best. But yeah, like it's good to know that at least Kabam are putting some focus and time attention to those that want to have this competition, the top people fighting it out to see who is the best. It's kind of weird as well when it comes to Radiance, because we're talking about like competitive elements. Well, Radiance is tipped as being this kind of competitor's currency, but it kind of feels like it isn't. It's kind of like the best of the best currency, so maybe it is. But it's now going to be like more readily available in things like AQ, AW. Maybe this puts an emphasis on you joining alliances to be more competitive or get in the competitive spheres. And maybe this is where things are going to exist. Like loyalty is now going to be transferred to Radiance. Like that could be a scenario in the future. The same thing with glory. And of course from AQ, AW, this is what you are going to earn. So your interest is more to go to do the more competitive elements. So I guess it's still retains being this competitive currency, but is around areas like Battlegrounds, AQ, AW, and times when it's like PvP on ranks, not live PvP, but PvP like your alliance versus alliance. You're always trying to kind of like be the best alliance at raids as well. And maybe in the future, this particular event, which is kind of like a player versus player, is going to be having Radiance as kind of a currency you're going to chase. It does ramp up if potentially they add in more for that event, but it's just theorizing at this moment in time, and we don't know any more about the event. So when it comes to things like the future of the game and competitive spheres, I get and I like the fact that Kabam are being proactive with what they're doing to allow for these new things and exciting. And I like it. I really do like it. But there's the nagging thing that started me off this year, which was quality of AI. And one thing that I've definitely like noticed since like doing a lot of the work that I'm doing like for other projects and things, trying to find time to play is such a big push for quality of life and ease of time. And time is such a big factor. It's something that Kabam, I think 2 years ago, were kind of like dismissive of when it came to players' time. But I think they're probably seeing the numbers. This is why you got the Super Daily event in. This is why you're seeing Valiant difficulty be kind of like reduced down in that amount of time you have to invest to go and do it. Like 15 fights, you know, per quest, 6 quests. The changes that they've done to Paragon Gauntlet so you can access it. I think Kabam are starting to learn what has been a bugbear and a frustration for players for the last 2 years. Unfortunately, it's like 2 years too late. Not in a bad way, but it's like you would have saved a lot of players 2 years ago by making a lot of these changes you're doing now. But if you're willing to come back to the game to play, hey, they're finally Kabam are finally listening. So if you've got a bugbear and a frustration now, it'll be resolved in 2 years' time when Kabam go, do you know what? We should have done that thing that players were kind of like saying about because, you know, they're trying to help you out. We're trying to help out. Like, it might seem as like rude criticism. It's constructive criticism, and it's because we want to see this game last a long time. I'd love for this game to like go until 2035. Oh God. Well, GTA 6 will probably be out that time, so we'll kind of like that. Yay, GTA 6! It's 2035! I got my walking stick, and I'm still playing Marvel Contest of Champions. Anyway, jokes aside, I should really get to the point that I want to kind of like shift over, which is PC version. And also fairness when it comes to things like AI. And yeah, that's really it. So I'm definitely finding over the last, and talking about fairness, quality of AI, like, it is just not great. I've had some input issues as well when it comes to like my device. It's not old device. It's like it's old enough. It just doesn't play the game as well as it needs to. This is why I'm holding out for the PC version. So in that moment there, like I'm pressing on the screen, nothing's happening, and that's just like, again, ongoing issues when it comes to the game's compatibility per device. And also just like loads of issues, animation issues, recovery time with AI, just general movements. There's times where I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm definitely kind of like, that's me taking the L there. But then there's other times where I'm like, this is just not good. This is just not good quality from general movements, natural flow of the battle, and stuff that Kabam know about. This is why they're trying to fix it. So I can't overly complain. It's just a pressure that Kabam need to understand they need to deal with, especially if they're going to put this game on PC. More eyes are going to be on this game, and they just need to deal with it. Like, they need to get this to a point of quality that is not embarrassing. So I'm definitely interested in what the future holds with the game as a PC, but the extent of like what this uses easy anti-cheat. We know cheating's an issue in any case, because once somebody's cheated, and say you're in a Battlegrounds fight, you've already been punished by that person's cheating. You're not then elevated up because somebody else has cheated. That, I think, is where people have a bit of a problem with it, because I know people go, well, there's going to be loads of cheaters. Well, yeah, like, is the Sahara kind of like got a load of sand in it? Yeah, it does. But it's the extent of those people are getting dealt with. It's just, I don't know if people are annoyed because it's always after the fact and it's never like an instant thing. And maybe that's kind of like, there are a few games that are able to do that based on that anti-cheat. They're able to kind of like deal with it. Oh, a damage spike is higher than it normally should be. Say, I don't know, someone thresholds damage above 50k in something like Labyrinth of Legends. Ping, banned. Like, it's kind of like that. But if you were kind of talking from a Battlegrounds perspective, it's like fight 1 or fight 2 that the anti-cheat is able to go, recognize something wrong, ban, or it's like a temp ban or something, or you kind of like get, it's like held, so the person that it is suspected of cheating is then kind of like, you know, I don't know, put into a stasis for about 10 to 20 minutes before they're then a Kabam representative is able to kind of like double check and verify they didn't cheat. However, and that always has like a caveat to it, if someone is incredibly skilled, played the fight well, the person is annoyed because good player played good, they lost, then they will get spanked really early on. So there's a lot that would need to be done from Kabam's perspective to understand that, and they would probably have to have somebody like actively, or a team actively kind of looking at fights in not real time, but close to real time. And that is a logistical nightmare for Kabam. So it's like, have they like caused their own potential problem? And again, that's an issue, because people will cheat more on PC. Again, the Sahara is full of sand. No shit, Sherlock. But what will easy anti-cheat do as a means for a PC version? It might be better, it might be worse. There might be people that are able to, you know, I don't know, yeah, go behind that particular anti-cheat and hack their way. Don't know. I think it's very early days to kind of surmise that, but it's definitely something Kabam should look into very early on, because I've been messaged by a lot of people who have like raised questions about this, and raised questions legitimately for a long time. So it's just work that Kabam have to do to understand that and kind of get that to a point of, I don't know, like smoothing over those people that are doubters, maybe. We'll have to see. So finally, yeah, for me, I'm not forking out $1,300, £1,000 for a new, actually it's going to be more than that, for a new device to play the game. I'm just not. It's financially just like crippling for me to do that, and I think for a lot of people as well. But I do have a new PC which I saved up to get, so once I put that on, and of course this one, I've got, yeah, the ability to do that, and it will run the game better than a like, yeah, I save money. Effectively, that's it. I save money by not buying a new device. Will I still play on mobile? Of course I will. But again, I'm not buying a new phone. I've not budgeted this year to buy a new phone. So a PC version kind of works and makes sense. But yes, the final point is competitive stuff. It's good Kabam are doing it, but at the same time, to have integrity around the fairness and quality around RNG elements of this game, they need to do. Great they're doing part 1 and putting the same issue we had last year. Great to have new modes in, new stuff, new competitive elements to get people interested. But they've got to sort out the other things. The cheating, the AI, the fairness around that particular defender AI, and RNG elements with it. And it's just, once that's done and we synergize together, hey, things actually will go well. So rooting for Kabam to get this sorted out. But they've got a lot to do. They've got a lot to do, and they've got to do it this year with a lot of things coming, like the PC version. But what are your thoughts on the competitive elements of the game, the fairness around other things? Do they have to get this stuff worked out? Are you happy with the state of things at the moment? Of course, have your say. Thanks very much for watching this video, and check out some other content located on screen. This might be the last video of the day, but I'll have to see, because there's some stuff I want to do.